Well, hey, everybody. My name is Dr. Crystal Richardson. I am so extremely happy to be with you today here on the second part of the docuseries, Confidence, Strength, and Beauty. And this particular docuseries is about women who powerlift as well as box. We do have some amazing guests with us today who do lifting and do all different kind of things from a health perspective. Maybe not exactly powerlifting, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about nutrition and a few other things on our part 2 today. Last week, we did a special and had where we showed some footage of some of the amazing women who were interviewed a bit ago related to confidence, strength, and beauty. And we can't wait for you to come back and see us on part 3 in another couple of weeks when we have some specific interviews with some of those ladies. So I'm just going to take you through just another commercial related to confidence, strength, and beauty, and we will be right back. And then we will be bringing on some of our special guests. Well, hey, everyone. Thank you again for being on with us for Confidence, Strength, and Beauty, the docuseries. My name is Dr. Crystal Richardson. I am the founder of Life Innovation Global TV, or LIGTV. And I'm so excited to bring this to you along with other programming that we will be having in the near future. This is just a little tidbit, snippet of some of what we will be doing. There'll be actual shows coming up of various types, including the one that you see the banner for right now, The World Speaks. And one of the first segments we will have related to that is the founder of UGGs came here to our studios here in Arizona to film his portion of Out of the Mouth of Legends. So we're so excited to have him. The company that he sold, I think it grossed a couple billion last year, just a couple billion. And so he's going to have where he talks to us about how he started the business and what his vision was, and just some of the hard points too related to what it takes to get a company to that place where someone in some other company potentially might want to buy it and then take the company to amazing profits. But today we are here to talk about women who do some extraordinary things. And I want to bring on my first guest. I always love saying her name, Carmel Jean-Francois, as well as the co-host that will be on with us in another couple weeks. Her name is Larnie Mulvey, and I love saying her name as well. She was the co-host that actually interviewed all of the women that were here in Arizona at the various boxing arenas and powerlifting locations. So for today, without further ado, here is Carmel. Hey there.
Hello.
Great to have you.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be here because I don't know what's in store for me. You were like, just show up, and I'm okay.
We always have a great time, and towards the end here, we're going to get into. Carmel said that we do good cop, bad cop. Okay, she said that she's the bad cop and I'm the good cop related to health and nutrition. So we'll have a little back and forth on that. So I'm sitting to the side because we are going to have another guest that's going to join us that's here in our studio audience, and that is Joan Gaston. And so we can't wait to have her on to talk about her journey and what she does related to lifting as well. However, you are here right now, so I'm going to hop off of the screen and I want you to just introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Carmel Jean-Francois. Just as Crystal was saying, I am out of the New York City area. I am founder and CEO of C Fit Coaching. And what I do is I acclimate. Well, okay. So what I do is I assist those. Let's start there. I assist those who have recently or just have always known that they have lost control over their health and their nutrition. I assist them in adapting a whole food, plant-based lifestyle in order to regain control. And I'm also always encouraging everyone to add more plants to their plates. And by that, I mean, you know what I mean. Fruits and vegetables, like Mama always said, make sure that you eat your vegetables. And that's what I'm here to promote. And so that's basically in a nutshell what I am, who I am, what I've been doing, Crystal.
He's an amazing speaker and author, and I don't know if you already said all that, but yeah, so I'm really glad to have you here. So
Thank you.
let's talk about part of what you do. Like, you when we talk about the different things that you do, like you put lifting up there, the weights like at the top is one of the main things that you love, right?
Yes, it's really what brought me into this whole health and fitness and nutrition arena is lifting weights, and it's just something so empowering about being able to lift some weight. Yeah.
So why do you enjoy that so much?
Okay, so I really got into it. It was something that I've always like really looked up to. My brother and some of my cousins were into weightlifting, so they would buy those weightlifting magazines, and each of those magazines they of course featured men, but every once in a while they would feature these women, and I thought how amazing it was to play in this man's game and be strong and be powerful. And that was just something that I admired, but it wasn't, I can't say it was something that I aspired to do. I really can't say that. But in 2006, I was in a really bad car accident, Crystal. And as I was healing and making myself stronger, I started working out at home to whatever was on the television, and I really found I really had this newfound respect for my body and the resiliency and how I was able to come back from broken bones and be this strong person. And that's when I took up lifting weights, and just with a pair of dumbbells at home. I had 3s and 5s and graduated to 8s and 10s and 15s and 20s and 25. And it didn't stop there. I decided, you know what, I want to compete. So I competed in what they call a bikini competition, but I like to call it a fitness bikini competition, just so that people understand that, listen, I'm not just strutting around in some beach body bikini or whatever the case is, because it does take work to get there. But again, like I was saying before, there was something so empowering, Crystal, to be able to lift these weights, feel myself getting stronger, see myself getting stronger when I look back at the mirror, being able to control all of that, even with some of the nutrition that I was now embarking on. And I just felt like when I looked in the mirror, when I looked at myself and felt and saw how strong I had become, said, I did this. I did this. I put that work in. And that's what makes me love it. The endorphins, the knowledge that I'm making myself healthier, stronger, more resilient. It's just empowering, and that's that's why I do what I do.
Awesome. And now part of what you do too, I don't think I heard you mention like the age factor. And so part of it is like you help women, is it over 40?
So yes, so I do work with women over 40. I used to say that as part of my intro is who I am, but I feel like as a woman over 40, that's who I seem to attract. So for me to say that is just redundant for me. So I say other things that, just kind of would just let everybody know exactly what it is I represent and who I serve. So yes, I do work with women primarily over 40, and I feel like women over 40, we're just at that age, Crystal. We're entering perimenopause. We are now coming to see what the consequences of what we've eaten all of our lives are really having on our bodies, and we're looking to kind of make changes. We're at a point in our lives, our bodies are changing. We're feeling differently. We want to feel good. We want to feel strong. We want to still feel sexy, and it's just a lot. And it's interesting because even at 40 or over 40, I'm entering my 50th year, Crystal. I'm going to be 50 in July.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I'm not there yet. Speak to me at 12:59 and 59 seconds, and I'll be like, okay. But I'm going to hold on to that 49 for as long as I can.
Hold on to it, girl. You hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it. I didn't know we were like a decade different, but okay.
Yes. So, and Crystal, when you told me your age, I kind of I was just, anything you said after that, I wasn't even paying attention to. I was like, can we rewind a little bit? So anyway,
ladies and gentlemen, she's turning 50. I'm turning 40. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the decade difference. Yeah. Just so everybody understands. But even at this age, it was interesting because I'm meeting women who are still just as insecure in their bodies as they were when they were 13. And we're now entering a completely different phase in our life. It's not the preteen anymore. It's not that age where you're puberty. It's actually this next stage, perimenopause and menopause. And women are still very insecure in their bodies, in their skin, in their sensuality, in their sexuality, and anything that they have to offer to the world, how they show up as a woman. Right. And I find that extraordinary. So I try to incorporate all of those things when I'm working with women, not just empowering them to be strong, but also empowering them with their nutrition and basically body, mind, soul, spirit.
Right. Yeah. And so I told a fib there earlier, ladies and gentlemen. The decade goes the other way. So yeah, September I'll be 60. And so Carmel and I, we really have like a really good time talking about all the nutrition things and the body things. Because yeah, things are not in the same spot that they were, 20, 30 years ago on my body. There's some, I don't want to say gravity is like, taking place in a few areas. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then just with nutrition, you used to be able to just like eat whatever, of which you really shouldn't. So that's why I like where you don't necessarily just say the 40 part, because starting with children, youth, young adults, and adults, or that 20, 30, up to 40 area is where it's at, because everyone needs to know that what you're doing right now at 20 and 30 is going to eventually catch up with you. And
Crystal, so you're saying 2030. It's interesting. I was doing some research the other day, and I even posted something about this on my YouTube channel. And as I was doing research about obesity, I came across some articles that reported that children younger than 19, teenagers are having bariatric surgery for obesity. And that is one of the options. Yes.
Surgery already, like before 19?
I was floored. I was absolutely floored. I was disgusted. I was offended. I felt sorry for these children. And also I was angry. I was angry that that's even an option. That's even on the table for these children who are just a product of their environment. Right? Because you can't go to the supermarket without finding the overly processed foods that's on the supermarket shelves, which is why these children are obese in the first place. Crystal, when you were growing up, how many obese children did you have in school? Your classmates?
It was maybe just a couple, but it really wasn't that many.
Now it's estimated, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe the statistics are like 1 in every 5 children
Mhm.
are obese, not
Mhm.
just overweight, not just a little pudgy, obese,
Right.
where some of them is actually looking at bariatric surgery in order to fight the obesity. It's
Wow.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we always get into the nutrition part when we talk. We just kind of like veer over there, because that is so important. And part of this does have to do with self-image, and we're going to talk about that and why some of the women said that they do power lift, and box, related to that. But I want to go back to the children comment just for one moment, because there are children, just like there are adults, that have various things going on in their body that they can't control. It's not necessarily an eating disorder kind of thing, but it shouldn't be that it's as many people as she's saying. That's not normal. So that's not just the small percentage that don't have where they can do anything about it. It's just how they were genetically made. But there were the reports and documentaries that we saw, Carmel, on the children that were 2 years old. Their teeth had just started coming in and they were all rotted. And the dentists have to take their rotted teeth out at 2 and 3 years old. They're left with no teeth, and their next set of teeth are going to come in rotted as well when it's actually time for their next set, because of parents allowing them to have soda, and leaving the bottles with them overnight, in the cribs, and all the different kind of things that cause your teeth to rot out. So there's a lot going on and I did mention earlier children and youth, and so it goes the whole gamut.
It
So
does.
it's very important for us to have where people start with good habits, like really good habits, early on. And I just had a meeting with my pastor, and he was like, "You all are the youngest old people that I know," because my husband and I, he's like, "You still hike?" And he's like, "Yeah, he still hikes." He's like, "You still do the boot camp?" "Yeah, still do boot camp." "And you still teach your dad doing that?" Like, "Yeah, yeah, still doing all that." Because
That's right.
you have to keep it moving.
You
Keep,
do, you do. It's literally, if you don't use it, you lose it. Like literally, the
yeah,
body is a machine that was meant to move. And part of the problem is that we don't move as much when we get older. We sit at our desks all day long working,
couch or couch.
or couch. Yes. Watching TV, Netflix, and things like that, and just binging on these TV shows. And it's easy to do. It's enjoyment. It's hanging out with somebody that you like, that you love, and just enjoying some stories on the television set. So
Than
yeah, it's
eating
easy to happen.
as opposed to eating and have where you do some kind of like walk or something after to help the food digest and all of that. So yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot there that you'll be hearing, as you can see and hear right now, related to some different things that we'll be doing, and other shows we'll be having specifically on health. I want to talk about the 3 words of this documentary, and then I'm going to play a commercial, and we're going to bring our in studio guest on. The docuseries is Confidence, Strength, and Beauty. So all of what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, helps all of us to have more confidence, if we have better nutrition, if we're continuing to move, if we're able to do that fitness test that I have not passed, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to pass it. Maybe I want to think positive and think that I can, but the one where you're not supposed to use your body and you're supposed to sit down and get up, cross your legs and sit down and get up without using anything, that fitness test.
I was actually doing that test just yesterday, Crystal.
Right.
Just yesterday, I said I was like, let me see. I didn't pass. Let's just put it that
Yeah,
way.
because they say that it's a longevity test. Like, people who are more flexible, and it's true, like you're not going to stumble around when you're older if you're more flexible and have that agility. So the
Yes.
nutrition is
It,
good, the weightlifting is good and all of that, but that agility and being able to do that.
it's the agility, yes. It's the mobility in the hips.
Right.
So the hips it really carries us, and the mobility that we have in our hips, the mobility that we have in our hips really determine or is a factor of how strong our back is, how
Right.
strong our legs are, and how strong everything
The core.
supports the hips.
Mhm.
And so learning that, I was like, oh, okay. And I was able to go down, couldn't get back up, Crystal. So I'm
Yeah.
actually very conscious of that.
You have to take away a point like each time you touch or do something. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be like at negative 412, so right now I gotta work on that. But the confidence, strength, and beauty. So one thing I want to say about powerlifting, and then we're gonna go to this commercial, is that the ladies that you see and that you saw on the commercial, I'm gonna show some of them on this next clip. It's not where they have like buff bodies necessarily for powerlifting. It's a different type of lifting. And so it is where, some have where you can see the muscular structure, but some you can't, because lifting those heavy weights, I think Larnie had mentioned she was at 402 pounds or something was her 402 or 403 pounds was her record at the time, like a few years ago. And people would introduce her and say 400. I'm like, it wasn't 400, it was 402 or 3. Like those 2 or 3 extra pounds actually count. Okay. You stop there. So yeah, I make sure that we always add that on there. But it's really, really cool to hear some of these stories. And so thank you, Carmel. I'm going to have where I want both of you to be on the screen, but I'm going to go ahead and play this clip of some of the ladies, and then we will come back with our in-studio guest. We'll be right back. Well, hey, everybody. This is Dr. Crystal Richardson here at LIGTV, and I am so happy to be here with some of the ladies that are helping me to introduce the second part of this series of Confidence and Beauty. We have none other than Carmel Jean-Francois, just rolls off your lips there. And then we have our in-house, Joan Gaston. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So Joan, meet Carmel. Carmel, meet Joan.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Hello. Good, thank you.
So Carmel, you introduced yourself, and I want you to introduce yourself, and we're going to talk about why you're here. This is amazing. You guys have to hear this.
So I'm Joan Gaston. I am an author. I'm a manager, a mother, grandmother, and the list goes on.
And
and
and the list goes on.
and I work out.
And she works out. And so let's talk a little bit about that story of working out and how you came into this and how you're helping people now with your story.
Okay. So I'll just back up a minute. Prior to children and growing up, I was not able to work out. I was 99 pounds up until like my second child. After the third one, then I gained some weight and I wasn't able to lose it. But I had sciatic nerve damage. And so I was not able to work out. I wouldn't have tried. So when I was 45, I went to the gym and I started working out and it helped the sciatic nerve and the pain went away. Then I took a little break, a change of jobs and stuff like that and wasn't doing it. But in 2021, I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So I had double mastectomy, a lymph nodes checked. And after that, I realized I went to church about 10 weeks after the surgeries. And I was not able to put my arm up to praise the Lord. And so I was like totally devastated. I am like, this is not happening to me. So I said, well, let me go back to gym. I was regular going to the gym like 4 times a week. I attend the boot camp. So the workouts are 30 minutes fast. You do upper body, lower body, you do everything. But after the surgery, what bugs me was the fact that my arms couldn't praise the Lord. So I said, well, let me get back to the gym. So I took myself back to the gym. And within 2 weeks of just, jumping jacks, a little mobility, I was able to move my arms. And so I continue on that path of, just working out to build my strength back up because I've been going there for so long, but the strength wasn't there. So that's how I got into starting the workout.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really awesome that you didn't just accept what was going on. You're like, okay, I got to do something, and getting back in there. And one of the things that you also did is you wrote a book about it, correct?
Yes.
Can I hold it up?
Sure.
And this is a picture of her at the gym, and try to get it up closer. But tell us about this book.
Okay, so I wrote the book because during chemotherapy, they have provided you with a list of the things that you will not be able to do. So while on chemotherapy, I said, I am going to try working out. And so the day after chemotherapy, every Thursday was chemotherapy. And so I would go to the gym on Friday. I didn't have any dizziness and stuff like that. And then I was just able to build back up my strength, my mind, because the word cancer, everyone thinks death. And I was like, I am not giving in. I'm going to build my body up. I'm going to get through this. And so when I finished chemotherapy, I realized it helped the workouts, lifting, everything I did actually build my body up. And looking at the picture, I did not know I looked like that. I was just taking videos of the workouts that were really hard to do because I couldn't lift my body up at one point. And each time I just keep trying and trying and trying. And then one day, they say, I said, take a picture. And the coaches are very friendly and they'll video me. So I go home and I'm going through the video and I'm like, who is this? Who is this? What is this back here? And they're like, Joan, that's you. And so I decided to write the book to help others that are going to have to go through chemo and just give it a try. You may not have the same dosage chemo that I had. You may have different side effects, but the mind will help you push through the workouts. And if you're going to, say, well, I'm going to die or can't move, because technically right now I have neuropathy under the arm, I have neuropathy in the legs, but I don't let that stop me from working out. So I'm still at it. I'm still keep going. I've had 2 more surgeries after that. So it's a total of 4 surgeries. And after each surgery, I go back to the gym, keep working, keep building. So I find myself constantly moving. and there is nothing that will like come in my way that tells me that you cannot do this. And even the coaches, sometimes I'm like, at first of all, I couldn't sit up, and now I can sit up, and I was like, wow, I'm proud of myself because I started and I couldn't even move. And so being able to move, run, all this stuff, and being on chemotherapy, going through the journey, it's to me, it's empowering, and as a female, and just showing other people out there that don't give up, don't give in to what the doctors are saying. Use your mind and your faith and the nutrition and keep it moving.
That deserves a round of applause. It's like, wow, wow. What do you have to say, Carmel?
Yeah, it's just it's an amazing thing, the mind that you mentioned, Joan, right? It's definitely a mindset. Anybody else could have taken it and said, my life is over, or just devoted and dedicated their time to making time for the chemotherapy, making time to, just like uh just to give up, for lack of a better word. And not to be judgmental on anybody who decides that that's the right path for them, but the fact that you decided, like, let me make myself stronger for this. And um and you did what you knew how to do, because you already had corrected another condition with your spine. So you just went in and you did your thing. And I love the fact that with every surgery, you ended up back in the gym. So you resorted back to what you knew. This makes me feel strong. And it goes back to that empowerment that I was talking about earlier. The ability to say, I did the work. I did that. I think it's amazing. And I love the title of your book because it speaks to that demographic, and it's just there in plain sight. This is my strength through chemotherapy. It lets other women know that this is not it. I can still be strong,
Right.
and I'm still resilient. And it gives you something to look forward to. So I have so many thoughts on this, and I think it's just amazing and wonderful. I love that you're a woman of color that has taken control over her life in this way, because again, lifting weights are my jam. Like, I love it. So all of the above.
Mhm. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I was really excited about having her on. And the thing is that, we all come in different shapes and sizes and colors and heights and weights and all of that. But doing whatever it is, like you said, Carmel, doing whatever it is that we can do, because we can all do something. And even for the people who have to do like the chair workouts until they have more strength
Yes.
to be able to stand, like, do whatever it is that you can do, but keep moving.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Some people just don't understand or appreciate the power of movement. And I said it before, like, our bodies are machines that are meant to move no matter what. And you take care of your body will take care of you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have people come up to you like in the gym and talk to you or ask you questions, or do you talk to people at the gym about maybe what they're doing or their journey at all?
Yes, they have come up and asked a lot of questions, and a lot of people didn't know because I didn't broadcast anything. I just kept going to the gym. But I do, when I do go to the gym, I will let the trainers know today this is what's going on with me. So maybe you won't see me do the full movement. So give me the modified. So once they see that, or if they see me stop, they'll come over and they're like, Joan, are you okay? I'm like, yes, but today this is what's going on. So I can't do the jumping jacks and stuff like that. And then the members, they're all welcoming, and everyone is we motivate each other. And we at the gym, we have a saying that we motivate each other and we look good doing it. And so being with amongst other like-minded people in that facility, it motivates all of us. Even if it's a small group, some days it's me alone, some days it's two, three, but we go at it because the fact that we can move, and like you said, mobility is good. And a lot of us doesn't realize that. We think that because the older we get, we don't have to move. But every time I would get sick, like even the last 2 weeks, that I had something and I couldn't go to the gym, and I was like, the devil is a liar. I'm getting up today. I'm going. And they're like, Joan, are you better? I'm like, I'll let you know in a minute. Let's see how this workout goes. And so we'll do the moves. And they're like, okay, Joan is better. And so it's, you communicate while you're working out. And I'm this noisy person, like, I'm doing a move and it hurts. I'm like, ah! And they're like, okay, Joan is screaming. So there's
Joan,
there.
I have a question for you. How supportive are your doctors or your team of doctors with your decision to work out so frequently and so consistently?
They're very supportive. I actually do ask before I work out. They'll let me know, like in 8 weeks, just do walking, and they'll let me know don't lift over 10 pounds. After each surgery, I get strict instructions from them, and then I go to the gym, and they know that I can lift heavier because I've lifted heavier. But after the surgery, they're like, Joan, what can you lift today? And I says, nothing past 10. And then after 8 or 10 weeks, then I'll move it up to 15. So the doctors are very supportive. They provide instructions.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's really good. That's really good. And
I
so
feel,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, I feel like once doctors know that you are an athlete, no matter how, what level you're on, I feel that they do encourage and work with you. It's not something that they'll recommend to the average person. But once somebody discloses that, they're like, oh, okay. And they work with you. I've had that experience as well. So that's definitely something that is encouraged for people to do. Move and let your doctors know what you're about and what you're doing. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And the same with me with teaching dance and the different things that we have going on. It's like I have a parade. I have to dance for like 3 to 5 miles in another 2 weeks. So what can we do to get me ready for that? Depending on what I'm in, I went to the doctor for. So having that open dialogue with your doctor is very, very important for them to know, what's going on. And so confidence, strength, and beauty. What is the word? How does what you do and what you've done affect your confidence?
It has taken it to another level. I was already confident in, certain things, but being able to work out, being able to move, just to do anything, even walking. I wasn't even able to walk. Now I've done the half a marathon twice. I didn't do it this year because after the last surgery in August, I didn't get enough time to train, and the marathon was in January. So just having the confidence as a woman, because every time somebody thinks that maybe only men can work out or only men can do this, but as a female, it empowers me. And I was like, yes, I can do this. And I get a lot of compliments, but at the same time, I don't let it get to my head because, hey, it's not easy. First of all, I have to get up at 4 a.m. My gym, I start at 4:45. Just getting out the house is there. Then once you get into the building, it's another thing. Hey, can I really move today? Can I do this? So the confidence level is up there once I get to the door, and then once I even work out and I come back home and I'm like, yes, that adrenaline kicks in, right, and I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, getting there is the hardest part. And once you're there, when you get back home, it's like, oh, I'm really, really glad that I got up and got my behind out of the bed and went. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have a very quick funny story. So I work out all the time. I have a lot of confidence in my strength and my ability to move. I can't do that agility, mobility test, but I have a lot of confidence that I'm strong. But I hang out with a group of friends and we're talking about what if the apocalypse happened, and all my friends started picking, I want so and so and I want so and so. I was the kid that nobody was picking. And I said, wait, do you know I work out? Like, I exercise. Why wouldn't you want me on your team? But I say that to say the confidence that we feel is despite what other people think, right? Because nobody picked me, but I knew that if I was even on my own, I could survive the apocalypse because I can run, I can lift heavy things, I can do hard things. Joan, you said that you have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. People don't know what you have to go through in order to train to run a half marathon, to do the things that you do, the work that it takes, that you put in to get the results that you want. I didn't just wake up like this. All right. There was days and weeks and months of blood, sweat, and tears, and waking up, not even sometimes having the confidence level that I can do this. And I still did it. Right. So there's that confidence that it's innate. It grows and it strengthens as we make our bodies physically strong, despite what they say, despite what they think.
Despite the fact that they did not pick you.
Right.
Despite the fact that they didn't pick me.
They'd be knocking on your door, like you just be in the apocalypse by yourself. They'll be all at your door. Carmel, can we have this and that? I was like, well, you didn't pick me, so.
Exactly.
You would be kind. You're kind. You would still give them something. Maybe, I don't know, the New Yorker in you might come out. You might not give them anything.
Whew, I'll make them work for it. That's for sure.
That's funny. That's funny. And so thank you all for sharing that. And so what we want to do is have some final comments when we get back from this commercial break and talk about how we can encourage more women to build their confidence, their strength, and their beauty. This particular docuseries, and you're going to be meeting some of the actual ladies in their interviews at the next one. I believe it's on the 18th, and can't wait to show you some of those interviews. But what can we say to help women to get out there and do something different, potentially like boxing and powerlifting, or just lifting, or just anything from a movement perspective to build their confidence, strength, and beauty? We want to have some final encouraging words for our women. And so what I'm going to do is play a commercial related to some things that are going to be happening later this year. I'm very excited because this is Life Innovation Global TV. And so for Life Innovation Global, in September, we will be having our 2024 Global Awards. There's 12 different categories, and you can nominate someone that you think is spectacular and phenomenal. And even we have a children's category. So I want to play this for you to see what we have going on. And we will be right back with more of Confidence, Strength, and Beauty. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Confidence, Strength, and Beauty. This is the docuseries related to women who power lift and box. And you'll be meeting some of those actual women in the next showing, which will be on February 18th. And so I can't wait to share that. So hopefully you all have been doing a little bit of thinking, about what you might say to encourage women to get out there and not just move, but do something that can really, really positively affect your mindset, positively affect your life and your confidence and strength. And beauty is inner beauty. It's outward as well, but inner beauty, just feeling that confidence in yourself. Doesn't matter what anyone says on what they feel about how you look. It's a matter of how you feel in the inside. So with that being said, who wants to go first with some encouraging words to everyone but our women listeners? Who wants to go first? She has her hands out to you.
Okay. So for me as a female, what I would encourage women to do is I use a lot of affirmations. So one of the things, I had low self-esteem years ago. And what I do is I would get up in the morning and I literally look in the mirror and says, "You're beautiful." I say, "You're beautiful, you're beautiful." And then I will go out. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then that uplifts me, just me, that will see another woman. Hey, you're having a down day. Even sometimes I'll let my daughter know, you want this done, make sure you're reading the word, make sure you're doing something. Do not wait. I tell her every day, look in the mirror, look at yourself, evaluate yourself, and tell yourself that you're good looking, you're amazing, and today's going to be amazing. That way, when you go out the door, you do not wait for another person to validate you, especially as a teenager, as wait for a man to say you look good.
Right.
No, know that you look good when you walk through that door. And I teach her to dress. Don't dress like you're going in your pajamas and your flip flop. Dress like you are going to represent you. And it's because the way you put on your clothes, that tells somebody how to treat you. So make sure you're dressed. You don't necessarily have to do makeup or anything like that, but cover your head, shoes, cover your body, not everything hanging out, because that doesn't mean anything. But as long as you feel confident in yourself, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says, because I feel good. The beauty will come, the beauty will shine not just from the outside, but from the inside. So whatever is inside, it flows out to someone else, and they'll be like, "Wow, who's that person? Hey, that's me." And even when someone will say, "Hey, you look good today." Hey, thank you, because you know what you did to get where you are. So you keep that level going of um, congratulating you versus waiting for someone else to congratulate you. Whatever you're doing, get inspired yourself, knowing I got this far because I took these steps. So my main one is just affirmations, affirmations, leaving your day over to God, the Most High, and let Him motivate you to keep going.
Awesome, awesome. That was really great. That was really, really great. And now we will bring on Carmel. And what do you have for our viewers to inspire them?
Yes, so that was beautiful, Joan. What I have to offer is just for us to be cognizant, be aware of, remember, and realize, understand, and acknowledge this temple, this body that we've been given. Not everybody is as blessed as us. Not everybody can actually get up and move. Some people are bound to a chair and can still move. We have been given the gift of mobility, agility, movement. And for us to understand the beauty and the gift of that is for us to do exactly what our bodies were meant to do. Now, Crystal, you mentioned working out from a chair earlier. And again, I got to where I am physically because after my car accident, I realized how resilient my body actually is. And I gained so much respect for this body that God had given me, has given me. And I realized that I'm so strong. I'm so strong. I can do anything and I can do everything. For those of you who feel like you don't have the strength, you don't have the agility, you don't have the mobility, understand that that's right now, and that you can make a difference. And it doesn't matter how small your movements are. It could be 2 steps more than what you did yesterday. If you can't squat, it could be a quarter of a squat, as long as you get down and you do something or you work towards it. Hold on to something as you're squatting or doing any type of movement, some type of physical movement. Our bodies are meant to move. And if you take care of your body will take care of you. And that's physical, that's mental, that's spiritual, that's nutrition wise. We have to understand and realize that our bodies, it's, you've heard the term garbage in, garbage out. That's what's happening when our bodies start to break down on us. And yes, Crystal says a lot of it is genetics, but I feel like that is a part of it. It's a small part of it. We can do better. We can do better. So don't take for granted. Don't take your body for granted. Even if you have to do the smallest thing, do that smallest thing. And when your strength grows, you'll see the potential in yourself, and that'll give you the confidence to go further.
Awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, for the record, I said genetics plays a part. I didn't say a major part. I said it not a major part. But yeah, so it is important for us to I feel, maybe even go back and listen to this again if you're listening, real time or on the replay, because there was a lot of great encouraging words that these ladies gave. And I can't wait to have the next session on February 18th for you to hear from these women. Some of them have gone into powerlifting and boxing to help give them confidence. Others have had where they've had maybe some type of domestic violence and other things that they didn't go into boxing to be able to beat up, their partner or anything like that. But it gave them the confidence to know that they had something of their own that they could go and do. And it allowed them to even communicate with those people better. And so, and stand up for themselves, because they had a number of things that they were able to bring into their life that was just for them. Powerlifting was just for them. Boxing was just for them. So having an outlet, I guess, is what I'm saying, for some of the women was really something that helped them. And then the beauty that came out of it, just feeling more powerful, feeling more healthy, feeling more beautiful. And so I really appreciate you all being on today. And you gave your final encouraging words. And I just wanted to go to both of you again just for some final comments, and we'll be wrapping up with today's episode. I was going to say today's version. I guess it is a version, but I was trying to say today's episode of Confidence, Strength, and Beauty. So, Joan, what's your final comments?
My final comment would be, go out, be you, and be beautiful.
Awesome. Carmel.
I couldn't say it better. Go out and be great.
Well, thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it. I'll go ahead and play the Confidence, Strength, and Beauty trailer one more time, and then I'll give some final comments as well. And we thank you all for being on the show today. Thank you. Well, hello, everyone, and I hope that you have enjoyed this episode today, not the version, but the episode of Confidence, Strength, and Beauty, and our special guests that we've had today. Really appreciate them joining. We'll have some others joining on the next show, which is going to be February 18th. You don't want to miss it, but you will be able to catch it on E360 TV, Live Central, and then they will have it on demand later on, as well as on Life Innovation Global TV on YouTube. And so please subscribe if you have not already. There's going to be a lot of other great content coming for LIGTV, which is the home of short, powerful content. Some things are only 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10, 18 minutes. This is a special, so that's why this is longer, but it doesn't take a long time to say something impactful. And so that's why LIGTV is the home of short, powerful content. We would like to thank Alarni Mulvey, who is the host that is interviewing and has interviewed a number of the women who do powerlifting and boxing. And you will be hearing more from her on our next show. You also saw commercials related to speakers. So if you're a speaker, join us next tour. We're going to be doing some things in a number of different countries, as well as here in the United States. And if you need to have training related to public speaking, you see the book that's, let's see, which hand is it? Is it this hand right here? Is the book, The 51 Powerful P's of Public Speaking. You can get that on Amazon, and we would love to work with you related to that. Also, the award ceremony. There's going to be a number of things related to the 2024 Global Awards that you'll be seeing more on, and the charity gala that's coming up in September. We have a lot of things going on, and so we really want you to stay tuned with us, subscribe so that you can get the information on how to be a part of what we're doing. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and play that awards commercial one more time, and then we will be ending for today. We thank you for joining us here on LIGTV, and we hope to see you next time on Confidence, Strength, and Beauty. Thank you.